Africa Cup of Nations qualifying Ivory Coast vs Chad prediction, team news, lineups preview. Ivory Coast and Chad draw the curtain on their quest for a place in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations when they lock horns at the Stade Felix Houphouet-Boigny on Tuesday. These sides have had contrasting campaigns, with Lesotho one of just 7 nations without a win as they sit rooted to the bottom of the Group G standings, while the Elephants will be looking to finish as group winners. Match preview. Ivory Coast were left empty-handed for a second consecutive game in the AFCON qualifiers as they suffered a 1-0 defeat against Zambia in their top-of-the-table clash at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium on Friday. Young African Sports Club forward Kennedy Musonda netted on the stroke of half-time to hand the Chipolopolo a first-half lead before they turned in a defensive show of class in the second half to see out all 3 points. Before that, Ivory Coast kicked off their qualifying campaign with 3 consecutive victories, seeing off Zambia, Chad and Sierra Leone before crashing down to earth in a 1-0 loss to the Leone Stars in the return fixture on October 15. Despite their recent slump, Immerse Phase men have secured their spot in Morocco next year as they sit second in Group F with 9 points from their 5 matches, 4 points above third-placed Sierra Leone with just 1 game to go. After 2 consecutive defeats on their travels, Ivory Coast now return home, where they have won each of their last 7 matches, a run which saw them clinch the 2023 AFCON crown in January, when they beat Nigeria 2-1 in the final as hosts nation. On the other hand, Chad were left with a sour taste of disappointment once again as they could only salvage a 1-1 draw against Sierra Leone at the Alassane Ouattara Abimp Olympic Stadium last Wednesday. After falling to Abou Doumbouya's 29th-minute opener, Mahamat Thiam converted from the spot in the 34th minute to grab Chad's first goal in the qualifiers and pull them level before both sides cancelled out each other's efforts in the second half. It has been a forgettable qualifying campaign for Lesotho, who have now failed to taste victory in any of their 5 matches in Group G, losing twice and claiming 3 draws while conceding 4 goals and scoring just once so far. With Wednesday's stalemate, Kevin Nikes's men have now gone 7 back-to-back matches without a win across all competitions, claiming 3 draws and losing 4. Including consecutive defeats against Central African Republic and Comoros in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers in June. Chad's wait for a first-ever AFCON appearance goes on as they sit rock-bottom in Group G with 3 points from a possible 12, while they are also rooted to the bottom of Group I in the World Cup qualifiers, having lost each of their 4 games. Team news. Having netted 8 goals in their opening 3 matches, Ivory Coast have failed to find the back of the net in their last 2 games, and Faye could ring the changes at the attacking end of the pitch on Tuesday. Brighton and Hove Albion forward Simon Adingra should make way for 27-year-old Jeremy Boga, while Omar Diakite and Watford striker Vakau Issouf Bayo will push for starting roles in the front 3. At the defensive end of the pitch, Evan Dika and Sporting Lisbon's Ousmane Diomande should form the centre-back pairing once again, while skipper Frank Kessie should retain his role at the heart of the park. Following a solid display against Sierra Leone, Nikes could name a similar Chad 11 on Tuesday, with 21-year-old William Damba and skipper Marius Mwandamaji forming the 2-man attack once again. Having scored Lesotho's first goal in the qualifiers last time out, Thiam should retain his role in the center of the park, teaming up with Ahmed Musa Yusuf and Ujeda midfielder Sindu Yeo. Ahmad Tourane Guillaume, Eric Mangasum, Charles Tuplu, Marvin Assain and Joseph Antoine Naye should form the back 5 once again, shielding Alabatna Gaben between the sticks. Ivory Coast possible starting lineup: Fofana, Operi, Ndika, Diomande, Singo, Fofana, Ahalu, Kessie, Boga, Bayo, Crasso. Chad possible starting lineup: Gaben, Guillaume, Mangasum, Tuplu, Asane, Nai, Thiam, Yusuf, Yeo, Damba, Mondamaji. We say, Ivory Coast 2-0 Chad. After a blistering start to the campaign, Ivory Coast have suffered consecutive defeats in their last 2 outings and will be looking to stop the rot in front of their home supporters. Given the gulf in quality and depth between the 2 nations, we are backing the Elephants to come away with a comfortable victory at the Stade Felix Houphouet-Boigny. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.